Hello everyone! I finally did it. I saw this so many times for such a cheap price, but I was like, I just can't use these cards. But then I was like, okay, let's just bite the bullet and get Unsanctioned for Magic. An unruly head-to-head fight club. And this is quite fun to actually play with someone, because there are, as we will see, some, pre-constructed decks in here. Or at least something like it. So let's just see what I mean with that. Ugh. Let's open it up. So we get, first of all, 2 dice. All right. Then we get 5 half decks, as we can see. 1 for each color. And yeah, basically you can just shuffle up 2 of these. Then you'll have a deck to play with. So let's just take a look at white first. And these have some new cards in it and some reprints from older sets. I'm really curious to see, because there is some nostalgia for me in here as well. We have Flavored Judge. For 2, it's a 2/2, and if you tap it, choose a target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control. Then ask a person outside the game if the story of what will happen makes sense. If they say no, sacrifice Flavored Judge and counter that spell or ability. Very funny. Frankie Peanuts, an older card. For 4, it's a 2/3, and at the beginning of your upkeep, you may ask a target player a yes or no question. If you do, that player answers the question truthfully and abides by that answer if able until end of turn. Look at me, I'm R&D. It's a 2 and white enchantment. As Look at Me R&D enters, choose a number and a second number, 1 higher or 1 lower than the first number. All instances of the chosen number in the full text of each permanent, spell, and card in any zone are changed to the second chosen number. Yeah, okay. This is a bit weird to read, but it makes sense. Makes sense. Look at me, I'm the DCI. For 7 mana, this is actually drawn by Mark Rosewater himself. Ban a card other than a basic land card for the rest of the match. Interesting. Staying power for 3 until end of turn. And this turn effects don't end. Super interesting is that. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. For 3, we get an equipment, +2/+2, and protection from rogues and clerics. When equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 4/4 gold dragon creature token with flying and roll a d20. If you roll a 20, repeat this process. Equip 2. Very cool. Circadian, the Night Owl. I have not seen this one before, so this must be new. For 5, it's a 4/4 Night Lifelink. So damage dealt by knights you control. Also causes you to gain that much. So for 1 white, it gains vigilance, activated only from sunrise to sunset. And black is flying, and it only activates from sunset to sunrise. Funny. Adorable Kitten. Yes, these were the split cards. Funny cards. Yeah, basically you could just smash it with another creature. I'll only go through the rares and the mythics, or else the video will take such a long time. AWOL. Have you seen me? MC. We have Go to Jail. Then we have Humming, which is, in this case, for the Adorable Kitten, for example. You just put it like so. So then you have a Humming Kitten, and then it just reads like a flying. And whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, roll a 6-sided die. You gain life equal to the result. So that's basically what it's supposed to do. Really funny. Then we have, and I already see it, Knight of the Hokey Pokey. This is such a classic card. It was from Unglued, and it was so funny. An old guard. We have ordinary pony. Paper tiger. Nice. Strutting turkey. Underdome. And we have some lands, and these are all the same. For blue, we have Alexander Clamilton. For 3, it's a 0/4, and whenever you cast a wordy spell, scry 2. And then for 2, and tap, choose target creature you don't control, reveal the top card of your library. Alexander Clamilton will get +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of lines of rules text of the revealed card. It fights that creature. Nice. Avatar of Me. For 4, it's a star. It costs 1 more to cast for each 10 years you've been alive. So for me, that would be 3 extra. Its power and toughness equal to your height in feet, and its toughness is equal to your American shoe size, round to the nearest half. And that's interesting because since I'm living in Europe, we don't use feet. We don't have American shoe sizes, so I have no clue what this will be in my case. We just use metric system. I think this is only mostly done in America. The rest of the world, it just doesn't have that. So I don't know what this will be in my case. B.O.B. What does it say? Bevy of Beebles. Okay. So for 5 mana, it's a star loyalty, and it says as B.O.B. enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 blue Beeble creature tokens. The number of loyalty counters on B.O.B. is equal to the number of Beebles you control. +1 up to X target Beebles can't be blocked this turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. -1, draw a card. Chicken a la King for 3, a 2/2. Whenever a 6 is rolled on a 6-sided die, put a +1/+1 counter on each bird. The tap and untap bird you control, roll a 6-sided die. Johnny Combo Player for 4, it's a 1/1, and then you can pay 4, search your deck for a card, put it into your hand. Really nice. Oh, nice. Richard Garfield, PhD. For 5, it's a 2/2, and yeah, you may play any card as though they were other cards of your choice with the same mana cost, and you can only do that once a turn. Oh, wait. No, yeah, only once. You can choose cards more than twice. So basically you can just play like an Ornithopter and say, haha, this is now a Black Lotus, for example. And then we have the Water Gun Balloon game for 2. And as it enters the battlefield, each player puts a pop counter on 0, which is there. Then whenever a player casts a spell, move that pop counter up to 1. Whenever a player hits 5, the player creates a 5/5 pink giant teddy bear token and resets all pop counters to 0. A Carnivorous Death Parrot. Cheaty Face, nice. Common Courtesy. We have Magic Word, Merman, Rings a Bell, Rock Lobster, Timeout, Topsy Turvy, which is supposed to be printed like this. That's what it is. Wall of Fortune, Underdome, and then we have some islands. Next up we have black. I really want to just go ahead and play this again in Commander. I have held a tournament once where people were allowed to play these kind of cards. It was insane. It was so funny. A Cornelia, Fashionable Filcher for 4. We have a 3/3, and whenever you cast a spell with a squirrel in its art, you get an acorn counter. Whenever a squirrel you control enters the battlefield or dies, you get an acorn. For 2 mana, pay X acorns. Target creature gets -X/-X. And for green, the same, but +X/+X. Very cool. Enter the Dungeon. For 2 sorcery. Players play a magic subgame under the table, starting at 5 life, using their libraries as their decks. The winner searches their deck for 2 cards, put it into their hand, and shuffle your library. Infernal Spawn of Evil for 9. It's a 7/7 flying first strike, and it's a beast, not a demon. Then for 2, reveal Infernal Spawn of Evil from your hand. Say, "It's coming!" And then it deals 1 damage to an opponent or planeswalker. You can only use it during your upkeep and only once each turn. But then we have the Infernal Spawn of the Infernal Spawn of Evil. So for 10 mana we have an 8/8, flying, first strike, and trample. And it's a demon child, not a beast child. Once each turn, while you're searching your library, you may pay 2, reveal Infernal Spawn of Evil from your library and say, "I'm coming too!" And if you do, it deals 2 damage to a player of your choice. But it doesn't end there. The Infernius Spawningston III Esquire. For 11 mana we have a 9/9, flying, first strike, trample, haste, and it's a beast demon grandchild, not a demon beast grandchild. No. It will cost 3 less to cast for each card you've revealed this turn, and when it enters the battlefield you may say, "I'm here," and if you do it deals 3 damage to a player. This one is new, I didn't know that one. Funny. Jack in the Mox for 0, it's an artifact. You can tap it to roll a die, and then this says what you get as mana. And on 1 you sacrifice and lose a life. We have a Bat, Boosted Shooter, Dirty Rat, we have a Duh, Hoisted Hireling, Inhumaniac, Jumbo Imp, a Poultrygeist, Skull Saucer, Snickering Squirrel, Stinging Scorpion, we have an Underdome as well, and Swamps. Then we go to red, see what red has to offer. Blast from the Past. So for 3 we get an instant with Madness 1, Cycling 2, Kicker 3, Flashback 4 and Buyback 5. Blast from the Past deals 2 damage to any target. If it was kicked, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. Right, not that swanky, but still. Boomstacker for 3, as it enters the battlefield, and whenever it attacks, stack 2 dice on top of it. It gets +1/+1 for each die in its stack, and it attacks each combat if able. When the stack falls, sacrifice Boomstacker. That's really funny. Infinity Elemental for 7 mana. It's an infinite 5. It has infinite power. It's so infinite that its flavor text says it's so infinite that and it goes on and on and on. Really nice. Pointy Finger of Doom for 4. It's an artifact. You can tap 3, tap it, spin it in the middle of the table so that it rotates completely at least once, then destroy the closest permanent that finger points to. Stat Draconic Proofreader. For 6 we get a 4/4 flying. When it attacks you may exile a card from your graveyard. If you do, it deals 4 damage to any target whose name begins with the same letter as the exiled card. Therefore 1 white, delete the first letter of target permanent or player's name until end of turn. Oh wow, player's name as well. Strategy Schmetegy. For 2, roll a 6-sided die, and then it has the indicated effect. For 1, do nothing. 2, destroy all artifacts. For 3, destroy all lands. For 4, it deals 3 damage to each creature and each player. And then for 5, discard their hand and draw 7 cards. For 6, repeat the process 2 more times. Yet another Ether Vortex. For 5, it's an enchantment. All creatures have haste. Players play with the top card of the library is revealed. Non-instant, non-sorcery cards on top of a library are on the battlefield under their owner's control, in addition to being in that library. Nice. Abstract Iguanard. Common Iguana. We have Goblin Haberdasher, Goblin SWAT Team, Goblin Shooter, Croc's Other Thumb, a Paniac, Scissor Lizard, Sixy Beast, Super Duper Death Ray, Underdome, and we have mountains, a whole bunch of mountains. I think these lands are quite nice actually. They have nice art. But yeah. You have to have something in a box that you actually cannot play the cards from. Right, we have Bingo. It's a 2 mana 1/1 trample hound, and whenever a player casts a spell, put a chip counter on its converted mana cost that you can see here. Bingo gets +9/+9 for each set of 3 numbers in a row with chip counters on them. Nice. Old Fogey. Yes, it's a 2 mana 7/7 dinosaur with phasing, cumulative upkeep 1, echo, fading 3. It bands with other dinosaurs, protection from homerids, snow-covered planeswalk, flanking, and rampage 2. Oh my goodness. These kids today with their collector numbers and their newfangled top symbol. 20 Black Lotuses and 20 Plague Rats. Now that's real magic. Yeah, back in the day you didn't have a limit to the number of cards you could put in a deck with the same name. 20 Black Lotus, 20 Mountain, 20 Fireball. Stuff like that. Beautiful. Pippa, the Duchess of Dice. For 3, it's a 2/2. For 3, in green, you can tap it, roll a 6-sided die. It becomes a green die creature token with power and toughness, each equal to its result. Nice. So, we would have a 6/6 here. Very, very cool. Then for 3, you can re-roll any die. A Squirrel Farm for 3. It's an enchantment that says for 2, reveal a card in your hand, covering the artist credit. Target opponent guesses the artist. If they guess wrong, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Nice. I'm so bad at artists. Surgeon Commander instead of General. Oh, nice. For 3, it's whenever you augment, enchant, or mutate a creature you control, draw a card. And it taps for every color. This is funny, yeah. That's nice. Timmy, the Power Gamer. For 4, it's a 1/1, and then for 4 mana, you can put a creature from your hand on the battlefield. Oh, wow. Here we have who, what, when, where, and why. I'm not going over the costs, but yeah. Target player gains X life, destroy target artifact, counter target creature spell, destroy a land, destroy an enchantment. You can choose whatever you like. Bronze Cauldron. Yeah, you have to change your voice with that. Elvish Impersonators. Oh, I love this card so much when I was younger. This card was... And I am a fan of Elvis. Don't get me wrong. I really, really like Elvis. I grew up with it. I have all the CDs, most of his records. I really like Elvis. This was so funny to see. Oh, really cool. Entirely normal armchair. Free range chicken. We have Growspurt, half squirrel, half, well, mother kangaroo. Slaying Mantis, we have Spirit of the Season, we have a Wild Crocodile, Underdome, and we have more lands. So, that is it for the regular decks. Then we have another pack here with some beautiful, beautiful full art lands. And that's actually the reason... Yeah, also, of course, I like this. But this is so beautiful. Look at that. Plains, island, a swamp, a mountain, and a forest. And these are all in the style of the old unglued land. Oh, I really like that. And we also get them non-foil. And then we get some tokens. We get Beebles. Oh, they're double-sided. So we have Beebles. They're all Beebles. Then we will take a look. Oh, a giant teddy bear times 3. And on the other side here we have an acorn stash. We have a goblin and we have another goblin. And then for these we have a dragon. We have a squirrel. Yeah, and that's it. So basically the new tokens here are the Beeble, the giant teddy bear, and of course the acorn stash. Well, there you have it. Unsanctioned. I really like it, and I'm glad that I actually bought it. Not just for the lands, but for these decks as well. I'm going to play this with my girlfriend. It seems like such a fun time. So, yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. Join the Patreons if you haven't done so already. And again, thank you. This has been fun. See you all next time. Bye-bye.